Protests in Los Angeles over President Trump's immigration policy are easing. LA Mayor Karen Bass has pushed back a curfew in the city's downtown from 8 to 10 p.m. Meanwhile, an appeals court is hearing California's lawsuit today against President Trump over deploying the National Guard. California says the move violated the state's rights. CBS News legal contributor and Loyola Law School professor Jessica Levinson joins us now to break all of this down. Jessica, great to see you. What should we expect from today's hearing?
We should expect a robust discussion about whether or not the president has the power under this federal statute to federalize the National Guard against the wishes of the governor. As you said, there's a question about states' rights that's kind of folded in here. But I think what we're going to hear right away is the first question, whether or not federal judges can even second guess a president when a president looks at this policy, looks at the statute and says the predicate facts are there. I think there's a rebellion or the danger of a rebellion, or I'm unable to execute federal laws with normal forces. Those are the predicate facts you need. I think in the first instance, there's going to be a lengthy discussion about, can federal judges second guess a president? If so, what level of review do they use? Do they essentially defer? And then there'll be questions about, I think, the governor and whether or not the governor essentially has a veto power if the governor has to consent.
So when you're looking at this, will this ruling set a precedent from a legal perspective or a political one on how states can try and push back against President Trump?
So I think it's limited in the sense of this absolutely will tell us about this particular statute, and it will tell us whether or not this three-judge panel thinks that the president has the authority under the statute to federalize the National Guard, again, against the wishes of the governor. I am careful, though, to say that this means anything more than what the Ninth Circuit is interpreting this statute to mean and how broadly they might be interpreting the state's objections. Essentially, this question of kind of the push-pull between federal government and state government and these questions of federalism. I don't think that we should read this broadly to mean, and therefore we have redefined the boundaries of federal to state power.
All right, Jessica Levinson, thank you.